Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Like back with another YouTube video. And in today's video we're gonna be doing Hawkeye episode number 5 review here on the channel. So yeah, quickly before I start doing the reviews, just a quick warning, there will be spoilers for the episode, or episode 5, and pretty much the whole episode, all the episodes up to episode 5 really. Uh, yeah, another thing too is this is gonna be probably coming in on Friday. My apologies, but I kind of want to put the No Way Home thing on Thursday, and it's kind of too late on Wednesday to put it out. So, yeah, I'm thinking this video is gonna be put out on Friday. So, yeah. Anyways, continuing off here. So, yeah, Hawkeye episode number 5 definitely was a really good episode. I gotta say, lots of stuff to talk about, and stuff I really want to talk about. But firstly, let first come first. He's back. Kingpin is back, and I am so excited right now. Kingpin, of course, is personally to me, out of all of Marvel, like all of Marvel's properties in terms of live action, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin is one of my favorite villains. I gotta say, probably top 3. I think, or at least even top 5, even including DC villains, or I'd say top 10. But he is very high on my list. He's really cool, in my opinion. And I'm just happy he's back. We'll unravel that just now. But continuing on here. So, okay. Alright, so continuing here. Now let's unravel quickly what happened throughout the episode. Really, this episode was basically Elena came back and she's explaining what happened during her time, and she's explaining why she's trying to kind of kill Hawkeye. We also see a final confrontation between Maya and Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's actually wearing the Ronin suit in that, which is something I need to talk about as well. And then finally we get the Kingpin reveal. So let's start in chronological order in a sense. Let's talk a bit about what's going on. Firstly, let's talk about Yelena's role. I actually thought Yelena's role is actually pretty interesting for the most part. I mean, when we last saw her was, of course, Black Widow, or slash episode 4, I guess, but really we saw her back in Black Widow. And I mean, in this episode, it does seem to capture her sense of being a fun character to watch. In my personal opinion, I think she's a pretty interesting character, pretty funny. I mean, you kind of get that sense, oh, she's a badass, but at the same time, it's just like she gives off the badass vibes, and then she gives off the fun vibes, and just kind of like a fun person. Personally, that's what I kind of see with that. As well, she mentioned a bunch of things about Natasha, and basically how Hawkeye how she thinks Hawkeye killed Natasha. But one thing important I really noticed a lot about what she was talking is the fact that she's also mentioning how Hawkeye's basically killed other people. And we know that's actually true. That's the one thing that's actually true about what she's saying. Is indeed Clint Barton did kill a lot of people, even not even with his time as the Ronin. Even before that, he was killing a lot of people and stuff like that. So that's one thing I actually like, and that actually promotes the realism in this show. So that's something I actually really like. Well, we didn't really see Elena for too much during the episode. I mean, we just got the what she was up to, and we got her meeting Kate Bishop, which is pretty cool to kind of see with that. But I mean, and she even seems like she's kind of like an anti-hero. I'm not too sure where that's gonna lead. I'm expecting probably she's gonna end up being in the final episode, and they're gonna fight or something. And then I'm thinking probably Elena's probably gonna get defeated, or kind of like she realizes what's going on, maybe, or something's gonna happen. I could sense something big is gonna happen. And now talking about the stuff with Maya. Now we see in the final parts, we see Hawkeye basically fights Maya in the whole jumpsuit. It is then where we see this badass action sequence. They're fighting each other. Actually, some of the better fighting in the MCU. I gotta say, Hawkeye's a really cool fighter, I gotta say, for the most part. They're fighting each other, and then finally Hawkeye beats her up, defeats her. And he is fighting the Ronin's costume to be exact. Then he reveals his identity that he's Ronin, and then Maya's like, "What the hell?" And then he's like, "Are you gonna kill me?" And then he's like, "No, no, no." Uh, but he was just showing her like, well, what's going on, and I feel like this is kind of like a turning point a bit ish for her character, because we do know she's getting her own show called Echo, which is another next thing. I'm not really. I might do a separate video based on that topic, but I feel like this is gonna set her kind of straight. He even explains too that it wasn't actually. I can't remember his exact words. I think he just said something along the lines of like, really his second lieutenant, her father's second lieutenant or right hand man or whatever you call it, second in command, wasn't even there, so he might have something to do with that, and Kingpin might be wanting her father dead, basically. So that's what I'm thinking they're operating off of, which is actually very interesting because at the same time, uh, most probably Kingpin actually said for Maya to try and kill Hawkeye or whatever, or Ronin or whatever, because I do believe they're trying to go with the storyline of how Maya is in the comics, which is actually, but it's completely different in terms of the characters. Kingpin actually tells her that Daredevil killed her father, when in fact he basically killed him. So, and that kind of sets her straight, I guess. So that's gonna be interesting. I think that might be a plot point for not next episode, maybe even her own TV show or whatever. So that's what I'm kind of thinking is going on. And then finally, we got the whole reveal at the end, where we see Kate Bishop's mom going to some place, and then we end up seeing she's meeting Kingpin. So that's pretty interesting. Now to talk a bit about that. So we know for a while it was rumored, heavily rumored before the Hawkeye show even came out, that Kingpin would come back. And actually, to me, that honestly made a lot of sense. So I was just like, yes, that's awesome. And then we were progressing to the Hawkeye show. We're getting heavy hints at him. Very heavy hints, not confirming it, but first we see Maya's dad saying uncle, and it kind of looked like Kingpin's, like, I even sounded like him a bit, so that was hint one. And then they're talking about, like, big boss man of Maya's boss and everything, and how he's so big and whatnot. He likes to stay away from people and stay out of the eye of the public and everything. Perfectly fits Kingpin's character. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking Kingpin is definitely coming. And then finally we get a full on picture of Kingpin with Maya's mom. And he is being played by Vincent D'Onofrio again. I am awesomely, like, I'm very hyped. I cannot wait to see what comes out of this. Especially with episode 6. I'm genuinely curious what's going on with that. If I were to make a quick prediction, and that's going to be the season finale too as well. I forgot to say that. If I were to make a quick prediction, my guess is Hawkeye and Kate are gonna have to go against maybe Kingpin, or maybe even like Maya might attack them or something, or Maya might get set straight. Elena's probably gonna come and fight Clint or something, and then my guess Kingpin maybe something to do with him. But I'm kind of holding out hope. Maybe we'll get Daredevil too. That's one thing I want to see. I kind of want to see Daredevil too. This would be an awesome way to kind of reveal him, even though he wasn't really rumored for this show. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of suiting a little bit for him to maybe join up with Hawkeye's like, who are you? Are you Daredevil? Because that would be actually a funny moment. But you even see too, Hawkeye actually knew who Kingpin was. So that's the next thing. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be taking place at the Netflix shows or what's going on with that. So that's one thing. I'm not entirely sure. I might do a video maybe after the series is finished or something, when you get some concrete answers. But I mean, yeah, this was a really interesting episode. I gotta say, probably 9 out of 10. Really good episode in my opinion. But anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.